Welcome to this week's episode of the Big Eyes Podcast. I am your host, LJ, and we are joined here by my brethren, Mr. A. Dizzle himself. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, my brother. How are you doing?
Man, I'm good. It's been hot here on the low. It's been like really humid. And it's been like fucking up all my shirts because I've been like sweating them out. Man, but man, I've been good. Listen, like I I'm not a fan of humidity. I'm just keep it real. I'm just not a big fan of humidity, and that's a big reason why I used to like never like the summertime. Like that shit, summertime is all types of bogus to me for because of that.
Hey man, let me tell you something. Like summers in Atlanta are the worst. Like they are terrible because at one moment it's like extremely hot with no clouds in sight, and the next moment it's like nothing but rain, like torrential downpours, and it's like 80 degrees outside. Like it's terrible. Like I, I I love it here, but I hate it here, dog. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. Like
Man,
I I understand wholeheartedly, man. Summer workouts for football and everything. I was like, bro, it's 110 degrees
I
outside,
could
and y'all
I could
tell.
not imagine. I could not imagine summer workouts in Atlanta, like in Georgia or like in Texas, dog, playing football. Nah, man,
It's so bad.
it's a dub, bro. You ain't
Bruh,
catching me in practice.
stay hydrated. That's all I got to say, bro. For the summer, stay.
Man,
If
for
you
real.
plan on going outside, stay hydrated.
Man, for real. Listen, if you listen to this and this is our intro, we want you to know, drink your water. All right, man. Make sure you drinking your water. Drink your body armor. Man, do whatever you drink. What you need to drink to make sure you're hydrated because
Eat some watermelon or something. You know
man,
what I mean?
listen, it's been a hot summer. It's been a hot summer. But we're here. We're here to talk about. I mean, you know what time of the month it is. You already know what time of the month. It comes every month. They come every month to annoy us. They always set you up at the end to think that they're gonna do something cool next month, but then they do something that pisses you off in the next chapter, and you're right back at square one.
I ain't gonna hold you because when you first started talking, I was like, "Oh man, for the ladies, I don't think they want to know what time of the month that we starting to talk about." But like,
Oh yeah, no. To all my lady listeners, we're not talking about that time of the month. But if you're listening to this, it's that time. I hope that you're okay, that you're doing okay. Love and blessings to you.
Of course.
Listen, but we're talking about the two big monthly drops. We're talking about Boruto and Dragon Ball Super. Man, which one do you want to start with? Because I got words for both of them. AD, I'm gonna let you control this conversation a bit and let me know where you want to start with these two, man.
So I kind of want to start with Boruto because last month I had some words about Super and the direction I have felt about that. So I want to end off with that because like I got some words about that too. And like from last month's conversation, like man, I'd rather start with Boruto first, so that way we can get it out of the way. We can just jump straight into Dragon. Like that's it. Because we can talk about shit.
Hey, no, I'm gonna be real though. I'm gonna be really real. This Boruto chapter wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
It wasn't that bad. Like I'm like, it wasn't that bad. I'm gonna say that. The whole plan and the setup. It was a very intense chapter. And I did enjoy about like that little part where they're like, "Yo, are you?" Where Sasuke and Naruto are like, "Yo, are you triple crossing us right now? Like, are you putting us in a position where he's about to turn and into
like he's about to turn right now in front of us?" Like,
like that whole little section. That was a very intense part that I like really enjoyed because I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Is he?" Like, I would have really fucked with that little plot twist where he's just like, "Nah, like we were gonna kill this body just so." We got you guys trapped and cornered right now. But no, man, like overall though, like I did enjoy the chapter. I did think that the chapter wasn't bad, and I told you this when we first read it. I think that they're really just trying to set up this like very intense final battle, and like that's all they're kind of like
focusing on.
That's all they're really focusing on because we already know what we're about to get. We're about to get this rematch between Naruto, Sasuke, and listen, bro, I I don't know why they gave him the most complicated name.
It's Ishiki? No, Momoshiki.
It's Momo. It's too much. That's what it is. It's too much.
So, I mean, you're not wrong. But like, it is too much. I was like, damn. In the beginning, it was too much. But I do like where they're generally heading with it, simply because it's like, all right, we got the initial setup with them fighting. Hell, we even got the initial setup from like what, chapter 1 or like episode 1, where it's Kawaki and Boruto and them having like the transformation and everything like that. But when I saw Kawaki lose his karma in this chapter, I was like, all right, so wait a second. We already saw him in like this is already a flashback, first of all. So he loses it right now. How does he get it back? That was one of the first things that I asked about this chapter that like really intrigued me. I was like, all right, we already know this is a flashback, but he loses it. Where did that come? Like, how does he get it back? Where does this all tie into place? You know what I mean? Like, that was one of the things that got me.
Yeah, man, and like I agree with you. I think like the moment where he lost it, I'm just kind of like, okay, like where that seems like a win, but we know that it's not. So
yeah.
I'm just like thinking about how are they going to at what point are they going to shift back gears when they're just going to be like, pump fix you thought, and he's no Kawaki. And then next thing you know, Kawaki's back to being possessed, and we have this, we have this whole situation arise again. So like right now, I'm just kind of like, where is this thing going to really go back to? These people are in, they're in dire straits of just like, what the fuck do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know. The chapter was good. I think just with Boruto, there's that moment of I want more never comes from me. Like I'm never just like, damn, like what's about that? Like, I want more,
yeah.
I want more. Like, usually most of the time when I read a manga, like I'm like, okay, I want that with this. It just feels like so much stuff is happening. I mean, skip it. I mean, I feel that about both chapters this month. Dragon Ball Super even hit us with just a major pump fake of, you think Vegeta's about to have his moment, and then they're just like, oh, nah, bro, like, you already know what this is. Like, you already know where the ball is going to in the final second. Like,
we are in the final act right now.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. Like, we're in the final act. We're in all this. Like, we know where all this is heading. And I think that's the issue with both of these, like, mangas right now, of just, we know where this is going. We know where the ball is going. We know that what systems are in place right now to let who shine and let this happen. And it just sucks because you want more from these stories, and they have they give you opportunities to get more from these stories, and that moment just never comes. And that's just frustrating as a reader, and that's frustrating as a fan, because it's like, at what point does it just like, all right, bro, this is redundant to a point where this isn't even like fun anymore.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, because it's like, especially when it's a monthly series, like a monthly series has 40 something chapters, so you have like a lot of time and you have to make the story compelling enough for somebody to be like, all right, I really can't wait for it to come back next month. Well, the difference, so here's the thing with me. I enjoy Super a little bit more than Boruto, simply because that, like, Super is genuinely adding on more to the Dragon Ball narrative as a whole, and is fleshing out some of the characters there. Whereas with Boruto, it's like, all right, you're setting up stuff that, first of all, didn't need to really be set up, and now we're getting like the future. It's like we're getting the future of like new characters and everything like that, while also tapping into another side of information that was introduced at the tail end of Naruto, right? So it's just like, all right, we have that kind of setup. But also with Boruto, they set up stuff that we could clearly see is relevant to other stuff. Like the big reveal in this chapter was fucking what's his name, Koji being a clone of Jiraiya, and like people have been
No,
Go
okay.
ahead.
I will say this. That was a nice little twist. I really fuck with that. But I had an inkling that Jiraiya had something to do with that, especially with the frog shit. All that. I was like, okay, something like I fuck with it. I fuck with that whole little twist of that being like a Jiraiya clone. Even that little panel where they show like the back, where they show like Jiraiya's back, and you see that moment. That was a nice little twist. And once again, I actually kind of fucked with this Boruto chapter this month because there was a lot of different twists. There's a lot of intense moments, like you said. Even that battle where where he hits him with the Eternal Flame move, and he's sitting there like, oh, he's losing his power. Yeah. They think that he's gonna win because he has to use so much of his chakra to down these flames, and
ultimately suck up all the karma and all of this stuff from other people. So this is their method of kill. They're revealing how to kill these people. So I agree. It was a really good chapter. This was actually a really good chapter looking back on it now. Because there was a lot of information that they just gave to us, and it was necessary. It's like, all right, we got the setup, we got all the stuff that we need, and they didn't even know. The guy, I don't even know what the scientist dude's name, but the guy that's he's just there I don't even know what's going on either. But just sit down for a second so we could watch, because I have a theory about what's going to happen, but I'm not sure yet. But that's also why I'm here, because they had planned this from the beginning.
Hey, but really random during all this is happening, people are forgetting that there is a child with a bomb strapped around his neck right now.
This is also true.
There is a child right now that has a bomb strapped around his neck, and that he just has to sit down and be mad chill while his life is on the line. That is the funniest shit in the world to me. They're so drawn in onto this battle, and this dude is sitting on a corner. At any moment, he could sneeze wrong and hit this button, and my head is out of there.
It's sad because he's really been in this bomb for the last 4 months, bro. They literally took him back to the hideout, and we've been watching an entire fight. An entire fight.
It is with a bomb on his neck. He just he don't know what's finna happen. He bro, listen.
Fuck this fight.
Dude, for real, he's man, I don't give a fuck about this fight. Someone get this goddamn bomb off my neck. And what the... Can you imagine everyone sitting around the TV watching a fight, and you just sitting there with a bomb on your neck, and your life kind of depends on this fight?
Exactly. Not only that, but your dad is sitting right there, yo, imagine Shikamaru just sit, he's really bro, I don't care about none of this, bro. I'll do whatever it takes to get this bomb off my son's neck, but after that, bro, we might have to throw the hands, because you being disrespectful.
If he doesn't at least punch this man in the gut, at least you put a bomb on your kid's neck. That is, man, listen, bro, he put a bomb on this man, his child's neck. He has a bomb, right? That's wild. That's a wild stuff. That's good. A lot going on. But no, back to what you said though. No, I wholeheartedly agree that they did give us a lot of information this chapter. They gave us a lot of backstory. They gave us just a lot of things this chapter that tie in a lot of loose ends, or just kind of answer some questions that people have been having. One thing I just don't like is how they information drop bulkily. They don't give you tidbits throughout the story. They keep you in the dark, and then they just drop everything at once, and then you're kind of just oh, so that's what X, Y, and Z means, and all this stuff. And I'm not the biggest fan of that, because during that time where I'm in the dark, it's not like you guys are making being in the dark interesting, or you're not making being in the dark you're giving me something where it's I want to know more. You're putting me in the dark, and while I'm in the dark, I'm just kind of I'm tired of this. You give me all the information, and I'm just damn, actually, that's kind of, that's kind of cool. But getting up to that point, you're just what the hell is all this? What does all this even mean? All of that.
It's like watching a movie in a different language, and you just see everything that's going on. You see all the characters, but there's no subtitles. So it's just all right, so I got to interpret all the stuff that's happening on screen by myself, with no information whatsoever, until the subtitles come in. It's oh, this part is actually pretty clear.
No, not getting a bunch like. I like it when, I love mystery in stories. I like it when, you don't have to, I'm not telling people to force feed me or to feed me the information, but at least giving me the information fun or making me actually want the information. Like half the time, bro, by the time I get the information, I'm like, I don't even want it. I don't even want this anymore. Like what, why don't know, and why are you, and I get it, I'm just like, shit, if you would have sprinkled a little bit of this on top, put it on top like parsley, I would have been more inclined to be like,
this is kind of delectable. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it changes everything for me. But now
that's also.
No,
go ahead.
No, because Boruto just goes through these ups and downs of just being really interesting and being really bad. It's very inconsistent for me. Because, like I said, this chapter was great. The last, 3 chapters were like buns, and I just didn't like it. And this feels like a very toxic relationship I have with Boruto. Like, there's too much pushing. I keep pushing you away, and then you keep fighting for me back, and I'm just kind of like, okay, maybe we can make this work.
You can see the good in there. You can see just a little bit of good in there.
It's a little bit of good in there. There is there's a little bit of good in there. But you keep trying to find that little bit of good, and sometimes it's like, I don't know. Sometimes they be spray painting shit with gold, and I'm just I'm not feeling it. But this chapter, especially with that ending, I love that ending. I do like the new this is where both chapters get. This is where both chapters get an A+ for me this week. Is the final form of the villains.
Oh yeah. Yes. Both of them, bro. Both designs are raw. Like I saw Go ahead.
Otsutsuki. I think there we go. Otsutsuki. Otsutsuki's last, his little final form is really badass. I like how he emerges from the fire. He has all his clothes are burnt, but it's just he comes out this different beast, the half horn on his head. It's just, a very menacing looking villain. And that's where we're both, they both got that right this week. Of just the villain design is amazing. This looks like a guy that will kill you. You know what I'm saying? This looks like a man that will kill you in cold blood and not even care. And I love that in a villain. I love when the energy matches the look, matches the
savagery, the ideology, all of that. It's like Aizen from Bleach. It's that kind of air about him. I was like, ooh. Because you know how when you first see Aizen, he's like, oh, he just got the glasses and everything like that. But then when he slicks his hair back and he goes into his Arankar mode and he's just extra clean, he's like, oh, okay then.
Mm-hmm. It's a different feel. I mean, even now, even what they did in Dragon Ball Super with Moro, him, he went from, he's Benjamin Button, bro. He went from 80 years old, just old and weak. And hold on, we gonna get back to that real quick because how he even got there. Vegeta's little secret technique was nasty.
Dog. When I tell you Vegeta's technique. All right, so first of all, the introduction of the chapter is a crazy because Vegeta was all right, now you can just take me on. I'm the real deal right now, so I'm in my prime. So they go ahead and have this fight or whatever like that. They have a clash. Vegeta's hitting him with a little move. Moro's oh shit, I can't hit him. How can I not touch him? And you just see Vegeta's just yeah, I got the upper hand. And everybody's is Vegeta winning? What's going on? And then you just see
hey, listen, they even knew the plot twist. They were wait, Goku isn't handling this situation for us? What the hell is going on here? Listen. Hey, I really love in the midst of all that's going on. This super chapter really is based on Vegeta's growth as a character. That's just really the main and it's something that we have been seeing coming for a minute. I mean, easily the last 5 chapters, we have been seeing a lot of Vegeta. I mean, since Moro was introduced and since they split up, we've been just talking a lot about how Vegeta is growing as a character. The fact that he even decided to go to Yard Rat to learn from someone else a technique that he knows was going to make him stronger and all this. It is, yeah, that like his growth has been something that has been praised and talked about a lot, and just to see it all come together and see all the other characters be like, this isn't the same Vegeta.
Yeah, they acknowledge it. Like Piccolo has a whole acknowledgement about Vegeta's growth. Like, yeah, you see how he came from the Namekians and how he's trying to like rectify everything. And look, now he's like helping to save the Earth rather than like come to destroy it. So you see like everybody around Vegeta is acknowledging him. But then you had that little snippet of like, and it's all because of you, Goku. And Goku is like the one that doesn't change because he's the main character. So of course it's like, yeah, I just like a fight. And like, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, Goku, but like everyone around you seems to change because of you. So I mean, like, we happy to have you around, my guy. So
yeah, man. Listen, they did draw it back. I love how even while Piccolo is giving Vegeta praise, Vegeta's just pretty much like, yeah, I want you to know too that I'll split you in half if need be. Like, don't forget that I forgot you used the homie if anything. I told you back to Kami so quick.
Yeah.
You better not play with me, boy.
So the name of the technique is called what? Forced spirit fission. And so when Vegeta is like just, you know how like Vegeta does all of his rapid strikes and like it's just a barrage of punches and everything like that. And that's always what Vegeta does. Like it's his bread and butter. It never works, but that's just his bread and butter. But there's one time when he finally like learns a move with this forced spirit fission. All of his attacks suck the life energy out of somebody if it's a fusion or they absorb somebody. So all of this energy that Moro has absorbed from eating planets and like going to other people and eating other people's life energy is being sucked out of him and it formed into like this giant ball of energy in the sky. So it's just like he's literally taking all of that energy and sending it back to wherever Moro stole that energy from, and it turns Moro back into an old man. So it's just like, Vegeta, my guy.
And man, listen, and they made him. See, this is where I be talking about where it's like they've been running this offense for so long that in a moment where like Vegeta really could have like in a moment where it's like, bro, you really could have had like let Vegeta have his moment. He really could have had his moment here.
Yeah.
Everything was literally like the stars were aligned. You even have other characters, buying into this Vegeta is about to save the day, ideology, and for them to sit there and at the end of this chapter, Moro is this old man now. He's just weak. It's pretty much done. Him, Moro, and Vegeta had my favorite page panel of the week where they talk about, Vegeta's pretty much like,
oh yeah,
we're both going to hell. Like that little moment is so cold to me. Where it's just like, we're both going to hell. Like I'll see you when I see you there. Like all that, like that little moment.
Because at the end of the day, I'm a villain. Like
yeah, so, at the end of the day, like he's just like, listen, don't get confused. Yeah, I'm here saving Earth. I want you to know though, like. I'm still about that action, like, bro. Listen, I'm still the same, same OG type shit, bro. Like, but no, man, you can't. But no, for them to let him have his, like, for us to think that he's about to have his moment, they're setting everyone else to think that Vegeta's about to have this moment. For them at the end of this chapter to be like, nope, he's not having his moment because Moro had this secret backup plan where he infused 7-3 with like some of his magic power. He smokes 7-3's homie, then he eats 7-3. This is Moro is really I'm really starting to see it now, bro. Like Moro is like a Cell / Boo like fusion.
Yeah. Because it's also like you know how when he first of all. What I do appreciate about this is we already had the setup with 7-3 and how his powers work, and like he can have up to like 3 copies of somebody else's ability, and he also had Moro's powers already stored in him at one time. So when he had to use it before, I'm pretty sure Moro had to go back and restore his power. So it's like, okay, we already know how 7-3 powers work, but now we also have Moro saying like, you forgot about my magic. I have a backup plan, and it's 7-3, and the fact that he stores Moro's power, so all he has to do is just go take the power from 7-3, and he's back to normal. And we got the cleanest transformation out of that too. It's just like, bruh, like I don't know, like
no, listen, handsome Moro. I'm talking about early 20s. You know, pulling up to the beach, no shirt, with a drop top Moro. Hey, this is get money, get bitches Moro right here. That final transformation, listen, he pulled up. He was just like, oh, y'all must have forgot. I'm gonna get money. You know, I'm gonna get money villain over here, bro. Listen, handsome Moro's a different breed. But
bro, he's literally like he really is like a combination of Boo and like Cell, like with the horns too. It's the cleanest. I'm just.
No, I mean, listen, both villains, bro. I don't know what's up with the horns. But the horns go crazy. Like, you know, I mean, he's had them since the beginning. I like how he got the young goat horns now.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I feel bad for Vegeta. That's really what this comes down to. Is that I just feel bad for Vegeta because he gets snubbed. He snubbed so much, bro. And for a person who loves Vegeta, I love Vegeta. And for a person who, you know, really appreciates his character for like who he is, and to be honest, who has had the best character development in any character of this whole show. Yes. Like really think about where Vegeta started at and where Vegeta is at now.
Yes. The only two people who have that kind of development besides Vegeta are Piccolo and Gohan. Those are the only two people. That's it.
Gohan digressed. That's the thing. Like Gohan's character development made him strong as shit. Pretty much made him seem like he could end up being like the strongest Saiyan ever. And then now he's like back down to he could go Super Saiyan 2 with a lot of energy use.
To be fair, Gohan also achieved his dream. Like, well, he accomplished a goal of his, which was like to become a professor. He wasn't even trying to be a fighter. So in that regard, like in terms of like the narrative of Dragon Ball, he both achieves what he set out for, at the same time fails what we as readers wanted from him, because it was projected that he was going to be the strongest, and now he's just not. And it's just like, damn, bro, like that's wasted potential. And now with everybody here in the Moral arc, everybody's been trying to like grow and train and like get back to where they once were and even stronger. So I do appreciate that about Super as a whole. Like I still ain't forget about the Gohan shield. That shit still fire to me. I don't care what nobody say. Like
No, I agree with you though, but just to see, man, Vegeta get done dirty like that again, it's just, it hurts. It hurts to see.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. You really do. Because it's like, I personally, for me, I'm tired of Goku saving the day. I mean, and I'm not saying that it's always been him. I mean, obviously they gave Trunks his moment with the Future Trunks arc. Or not the Future Trunks, with the Goku Black arc. Is that really the only one? I mean, and then the Tournament of Power where, Android 17 really ends up winning it. But, this whole, we're going to put majority of our eggs in Goku's basket. It's been it's something that I'm just getting tired of. I mean, like, once again, it goes back to the redundancy of these stories of, we kind of know what's going to happen, and regardless of how much they attempt to tell a new story, at the end, I don't know, they go back to their bread and butter of.
But you know one thing, like you know one thing about that, because I'm glad that you mentioned that, because like as we're sitting here talking about it, it's like I completely agree, and that's I think why I appreciate the Moral arc, because if you look at like Super as a whole, a lot of these things are kind of because of Goku. Like, a lot of this, like, if you think about it, back when it's like the Battle of God stuff, Beerus was trying to find, like, Super Saiyan God. Then it's Frieza, because Frieza wanted to revenge against Goku. And then it's Universe 6 versus Universe 7. And then it's the Goku Black stuff. All of this stuff has been transpiring because of Goku. And Moral is probably the only thing out of this entire series, like, as far as Super is concerned, that it really hasn't been about Goku. In the beginning, it was about Boo, and then it transpired and turned into Vegeta's arc, kind of, sort of, until this part, because it's like, well,
yeah, I completely forgot about that whole Boo situation where this man randomly, like, went back to, like, his original form, and I was just kind of like, what, like, where the fuck did that, like, like, yeah, that shit was so. That was a different. That was. I completely forgot about that part of this whole story. Like, whatever happened.
Where is I think he's still asleep right now too. Like what happened? Like that's one thing I will say about this chapter. I don't know where it's gonna go because like we already knew like Vegeta was gonna lose because at the end of the day it's Vegeta. But then we also had the Vegito thing in the Future Trunks arc, Goku Black stuff, and even Trunks had to end the thing. But even with that, Zeno had to step in and erase that entire timeline. So where this goes, I honestly don't know because they could do the same thing with that and be like, well, I mean, we could just erase this. Like, I honestly don't know where it's gonna go. Are they gonna do a fusion again? Is Boo gonna wake up and seal Moro again because he was the original source of how they sealed Moro the first time? Like, that's one thing I am excited to see with where this arc is gonna go.
Where do they go when this arc ends? The super end? Because obviously the anime doesn't exist anymore. Obviously, the anime is a folktale. Anyone listening to this and they think that Dragon Ball Super is a real anime? Psych, that's not a real anime. You lie. You made all that up. Tournament of Power, all made up. Goku Black, all made up. The anime does not exist, guys.
It's a fever dream.
It's a fever dream, bro. Listen, the Mandela effect. You think you thought.
You know, the only thing we got was Broly. We only got Broly. That's about it. We just got that Broly fan movie.
We got the Broly fan movie, bro. That's all we got. But I'm like, I've been thinking about this. Like, where really does Super go from here? Like, I mean, do they introduce a new villain? Do we get new heroes? Do they just end it? Like, you know, even with this Boruto thing, it's just like these things have been going on for so long, and these two mangas and these two like, you know, stories don't have the same, like, personally, to me, don't have the same chokehold on the game as they once was.
Yeah,
I feel that right now. I think that right now they are on some. You know, I'm Dragon Ball. Like, everybody's always gonna love Dragon Ball. Everybody's always gonna ride for Dragon Ball. Or like, I'm Boruto. You know, everyone's gonna love Boruto and Naruto forever.
And I think that's why they're monthly. I think that's why they're monthly over weekly because like, you know, you could overindulge in like too much Dragon Ball or too much Naruto where we did have those weekly at some point, whether it was like going weekday afternoons watching Dragon Ball or like, you know what I'm saying, with Naruto and then reading it weekly. You know what I mean? So like, I think they really don't have the same chokehold on the game, and we do got this new stuff, but that's also why I think they're monthly because it's like, all right, people are gonna read this anyway because of the brand recognition. So we don't have to put as much focus on it, and we're gonna let these new things shine so they can get up to speed, like My Hero Academia, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, all of this new stuff, so we can get that ball rolling. So once those blow up to be however big they end up being, besides One Piece, because One Piece is the greatest, and nobody can take away One Piece.
Hey, I was looking. Hey, I looked at the One Piece total chapter. I mean, we're at 983, which means in 13 weeks they're gonna hit 1,000 chapters.
Yes, they're on break this week, but yeah, they're gonna get there.
They're like on 1,000 chapters.
It's so crazy, and it's like the story could end with One Piece, but it's like you don't know. That's the one thing about One Piece that separates it from everything else, and where I think Dragon Ball Super could go is how they built the world. And with Super, they built the world based on like now we have the multiverse, and we introduced the concept of the multiverse and all of these angels and stuff like that, and how they destroyed 6 of the universes way back. So now we can introduce some of this other stuff in the other universe. That's why I think it could go.
I want Goku to fight an angel. That's where I really wanted to go. I really wanted to go. No, like for real. I really wanted to go like real heaven or hellish. Like I wanted to be like, hey yo, like we learned that like these angels actually aren't there's a rogue angel now, or it's just something. I want more of the angels. I really do want more of like, because you know they're so prevalent now in this story. Obviously,
and we got introduced. I was about to say we got introduced to Maris in this chapter, and he was an angel in training or something like that, and that's why he's not even there.
Like we get Maris, we get obviously Whis has been a big part of this whole story, and it's like they're such a prevalent thing, but it's like they they always play this role of we're gonna keep our hands off. No, we gotta be biased and everything, like, have no bias. We gotta be completely neutral in all affairs, and which is cool. But like, I want to see just one of them snap. I want to see just one of them break. I just want to see one of them just be like, you know what, fuck all this whole not joint, staying to the side type shit and just watching how shit plays out. Like, I want to. I really want to,
I want to be about that action. Like, I'm tired of sitting on the sideline.
I want to see that happen. But nah, like, and I mean, both chapters, though, I agree with you. I do think that the reason why they are monthly is because they understand. They know that, regardless of what happens, their name is going to carry them. Regardless if it's how many times I can say Boruto is trash, how many times I can say Dragon Ball shouldn't do this or that or that. The name is going to carry them, and that's going to forever be true. I do just think that right now, though, it's kind of just like, how far can you just coast off a name to where it's kind of like the product isn't really good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or it's not that it's not good. It's just like, it's okay. It's not really that. Like, you just kind of keep giving me the same thing over and over.
I will say this. Since we're on the topic of Boruto, there is an announcement for the anime next week. I don't know if it's going to get canceled. I don't know what that entails. But they did announce that from this tweet on the 21st. You can go look at it as anime TV _JP. They tweeted about it on the 21st of June at the time of this. We're recording this. But they did say there's an announcement for Boruto next week. I don't know what that entails. We got COVID stuff going on, so there could be like a longer delay, a cancellation, this, that, and the third. But that's for the anime. So I don't know what effect that has on the manga itself. Personally, I think they should have been a seasonal anyway, because the anime itself was like doing a lot of filler, slice of life stuff anyway. So that's
isn't the anime not even connected with the anime is not even canon right now, is it? It's completely.
It's half canon and half not, because they do have like some of the stuff. So they do introduce like Momoshiki and stuff in the anime. They do have like the tuning exams and all of that stuff.
Obviously,
and then they had
Momoshiki thing because Twitter would never let that damn fight scene.
They did for like 9 months straight. That fight scene did not die. It was like
I have seen that fight scene so many goddamn times, bro. I don't even. You guys. I love the fans, but you guys. They will burn the hell out of a Naruto fight scene if it's not. Lee versus Gaara, Obito versus Kakashi, Naruto versus Pain, or that fight is always going to be overdone. Like, they will blow it up. I love those fights. Don't get me wrong. But damn, son, like listen, the best fight is Drunken Fist Rock Lee. That's the best fight.
Yes. Against Kinemaro?
I'm not even. Yes, bro. Listen, I'm not even. I don't care. You can put it up against any fight Naruto has had. And I love the fight scenes in Naruto. I love how they're animated. They're very, like, you can really see the moves. In Dragon Ball Z, it's like just a lot of fast, like, bang, 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 bang. Like, these things are happening really fast. With Naruto, it's like legit ass martial arts. It's like kind of happening.
Fluent martial arts, animation, all of that. I was like, oh yes, I completely agree. Like,
listen, I'll never take away that from Naruto of just like how good they are, like how they animate. Like, their animation is very, very top notch. But listen, though, any fight against Drunk Fist Rock Lee is losing. It's losing because that fight was so goddamn tight, and Rock Lee is the best fucking character they have. So I don't even listen. Shout out to my dog Rock Lee, aka Glock Lee, aka I don't know how many more AKAs. And shout out to Glock Lee, man. But
hey, man,
for real. But no, yeah, man. These chapters this week were, I mean, every month we know where we're gonna be at. And even as much as I talk and slander it or whatever, and I'm gonna be there every single week because it's a very toxic relationship. And I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna enjoy it and I'm gonna analyze it and I'm gonna come on this show and I'm gonna talk this shit with you because it's toxic.
It really is. I'm just wait this out. Let me see. All right. I legit saw the good in it, but you're right, it's a toxic relationship because you can always see the good in something, and that's what's gonna keep making you go back. But like at the same time, like dog, I can't keep putting myself through this torture sometimes because man, like when this shit's terrible, like I gotta go. I gotta what's new? Like, can I break away from this? And then always at the end of like, and it doesn't help that they come out on the same day. So when you see Dragon Ball Super drop, Boruto is right there next to it. So it's just like
same day. Right there next to it, and you like, man, listen, I'm already here. I'm already reading this super chapter. You might as well just, you know what? This is literally right to the right. It's right there. I'm gonna click on that and just, oh man. But this is going to wrap up this week's episode of the Big Eyes Podcast.
Oh man.
Before we go though, me and AD got some fun for you guys because we love when you guys are involved in the show. We love to hear you guys' opinions on things, all that. So, me and AD, we are introducing a Manga of the Month poll. So, each month we are going to release a poll of some mangas that we have not read, some series that we have not read, and we were going to let you guys vote for them. And we're going to use the month. We're going to read the series, and on the last show each month, we're going to spend that episode talking about the series, talking about that. So this is going to be our inaugural one for July. So there will be, you go follow at the Lookout RNC. There will be a beautiful poll there where we will have some manga options. And we'll leave an open option for you guys to give us suggestions on, a series that we haven't talked about, series that, you love, and just give it to us. And, we'll leave it up for like a day or so. And then we'll make our decision. We'll announce our manga series of the month. But so, yeah, man, keep an eye out on that. It's going to drop today when you listen to this episode. So it's follow us at the Lookout RNC. If you just like podcasts and you just want to listen to podcasts, follow at RNC Radio Live on Twitter, where we have
the whole shebang.
From comics to manga to sports to music to wrestling. Anything you want, we got it. The whole shebang, man. Listen, we got it. You want it, we got it. Come to us.
Post it up in the corner.
Listen, we got videos. But nah, man. Follow us at RNC Radio Live. You can follow me at Jamal SLM on Twitter and Straw Hat LJ.
1A Dizzle on Twitter and Twitch. Follow me on there. We going strong with everything. All the tweets are always manga and games related. So you know what I'm saying. Just hit us up. We bruh. When I tell you this, I think this whole 4th of July thing with the manga of the month, I think that's gonna be great. Like that's gonna be as long as nobody recommends something like extremely long, like longer than One Piece, because I know there are some manga out there that's just like.
Can you read 102?
We got other obligations.
Chapters in a month? Ma'am. Sir, this is
the ice cream machine is broke.
This is a McDonald's. Nah, man. The ice cream machine is broke, bro. Listen, but no, man. I'm excited that we're gonna do this. I'm excited that we're gonna, the listeners, you guys. I want y'all to be involved with this as much as us. We love y'all just as much as we love this show. So, yeah, man. Follow that poll. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and
read more manga. Watch more anime.
I ain't even know what it is. Alright, man, listen, this is our last one. Watch more anime, read more manga. Peace. That's it.